All right. It's your buddy, Mr. Research. And I wanted to explain to you how, when I always say if black men hire black men, a lot of the racist stuff would go away. You'd have more black men in power, all this good stuff. Here's the issue um, it is very difficult for successful black men and black men who are getting money to understand that they need fellow black men around. Black men are their worst enemy in regards to getting power because black men in the plantation thinking really believe that they should do everything solo. Or when they do partner with somebody, the plantation thinking, they really believe that they should take advantage of the other brother or for the sake of money. The first solution is we got to get brothers to understand that just because you have money does not mean you're powerful. Just because you have 80 grand, 100 grand doesn't mean you're winning. There's a lot of people. I remember one of my Wolf clients a couple of years ago. He was getting 125 a year, and then he started losing because he was in sales and he lost 40,000. Well, he's caught up in the fact that he's making 100,000. That doesn't mean that he's able to sustain. That doesn't mean that he has a career where the money's going to come irregardless. Black men get very confused with hustle dollars versus dollars that are going to come regardless. When dollars come regardless, it's a different thing than hustle dollars because let's take a doctor for example. A doctor versus a specialist doctor. Okay. So a doctor at an emergency room, he's going to constantly see people every day. As long as he doesn't get fired, the money's going to keep coming in. But a doctor that's a specialist, he has to wait till certain situations come his way. He's still getting money, but it's based on a lot of different factors: what specialty he's in, what location he's in. So, black men first got to understand that if you're not hiring other qualified black men, you're doing yourself a disservice. Black men, when I hear them hold this discussion about hiring, they always point to, well, I tried to give some people a chance. No, you didn't. You tried to give jobs to low level black dudes, hoping they would be grateful. That is not where you give the opportunity to. As I've been teaching people for years, you give the opportunity to mid level black guys and upper level black guys. You do not focus on lower level black guys trying to give them a chance at a job cleaning up after you. That's not a chance. They can get that on their own. It's the brothers who are mid level and upper level, they need to pull up. The lower level brothers will get pulled up if there's more mid level and up level brothers because the people on the bottom will by nature just hire a person who looks like the upper level black guy and the mid level black guy. That happens all the time. If you have a bunch of like you got a bunch of Filipinos work at this one hospital, hey, they hire a bunch of Filipino police officers. And this is why I said, as black men, you got to understand we are working against our own best interests because we're not putting our foot toward the things that are important as black men, and we're not pulling the best and brightest black men up behind us. Jeremy says a lot of these places are going to start hiring or have payback to the federal government? Yes and no. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they have payback because payback can always be delved out in long term uh, scenarios. Look at what Shaquille O'Neal, who part owner of the General Insurance, people owe money. Shaquille O'Neal dropped down the hammer and said, "Hey, look, call our office if you need some type of payment arrangement, and we can split this up to even more payments." Meaning that if you got a year plan and uh, you need to take that year and make it 24 months, you still covered at 1 year. They're gonna go ahead and make it a 24 month payment. So that that type of stuff gets covered all the time. The other point he says places are going to start hiring. Look, everybody's going to start hiring because what has happened is this COVID thing has exposed how terrible managers are. And this is why I believe black men need to step up and be managers because it shows how terrible managers are. Shout out to Mr. Jonathan Phillips. Uh, I want everybody to understand if black men would pull each other up, there would be an end to a lot of power issues that we have. We have to pull our brothers in career positions. So if you're a manager, you need to seek out assistant managers who look like you because other cultures are doing that. Irish guys hire Irish guys, and they don't hire Irish guys to wash dishes. White women hire white women. But see, we as black men, we just play along as if everybody else can do it, but we're going to be a little bit more moral. We're not going to do it like that. Sure, we see women hire only women, okay, as if there are no qualified guys. But we're going to, not say too much about it. We're just going to let it roll. Jeremy says Trump said the problem with American jobs is middle America. That's not true at all. The problem with American jobs is tax loopholes created by NAFTA with Bill Clinton. It changed the culture. So because of that, because of Bill Clinton, and this is why all millennials and young people need to read political history. Because of Bill Clinton, companies were able to go outside of America and make a company, take the jobs away with the promise of retraining those people, and then sell back to Americans with no taxes for 20 years. That's ridiculous. And when Obama came about to tell people, no, you can't come back without paying the taxes because that's the agreement, they cried and whined about that. So 20 years of no taxes, and then you want to cry and whine about. And then look at all the jobs they took overseas. None of them stayed. They all end up coming back to America anyway. Um, Jonathan says, I managed 3 people, fire one today. Well, not fire. You let one go. You let one go. And Simon, a new worker tomorrow on monitoring my SEO tag. Absolutely. I mean, you got to do that things in management. Trump versus Biden. Trump needs a black man to talk EEOC to help on the direct. Yeah, see, the problem with you know what? Let's not even put it on Trump. The problem with Biden is a reluctant candidate. Biden is a candidate who has to be there because he's the better discussion. He's the better policy person. The problem with a lot of the other people, I did like Cory Booker, I did like Bloomberg, but the problem with a lot of other people, they're not well versed on policy the way Biden is. So if Biden simply says, like Reagan did back in the day, no, Trump, you can't do that. That's not the way that works. Because if you do that, then you're going to have this problem and this problem. Biden's thing is not to be too nerdy about what he says, not to be too in the clouds. But aside from that, black men, and this goes back to P. Diddy and his great comment he made, black men have to make sure Biden or Trump make some promises to black men. The whole point of this video is to say that black men are helping women block other black men. Black men are helping human resources block other black men. Black men need to come to the forefront like I do, and make sure that your fellow qualified brothers are pulled in, if for nothing else but the interview. If for nothing else, then for the interview. But you got human resources blocking a lot of black guys the minute they find out that they're black guys. It's really a weird thing. Okay, so I just got home from work. I wanted to make this quick video on this. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because I need to take a quick nap. I am tired. Much love to you guys. I'll talk to you soon.